Welcome to video 3 of 5. We've talked about the bow tie, needing to really focus on bringing the acquisition and retention side together, focusing on the moments that matter. Now we're going to focus on the metrics. All right. If you can't measure where you are and where you want to get to and have your goals, you're never going to drive change. And again, keep it simple. We're trying to look at maybe 4 moments that matter. Now, 1 to 2 metrics for each of the moments is going to give you 8. So 8 to 10, but again, keep it simple. But the most critical thing is really focusing on daily, weekly. You can't drive change. You can't wait till the end of the month. Lagging indicators aren't going to help you drive the change needed to make sure that those moments for the team and the customer happen with success. All right, so you've got your lead to opportunity. Of course, you want to be able to measure the quantity of leads that are coming in, but also, and for velocity checks, but you want to look at conversion rates, and how you measure that, you'll have to decide, because there's multiple ways to measure what a, sales qualified lead might be. Once you've got your lead flow and you're comfortable and you're tracking that week to week to week, you're going to also be looking at your opportunity velocity and your also close rates for your opportunities. Are you winning the business? And again, if you have any breaks in these first 2 major parts of your acquisition funnel, you got to drive change, because if you don't have good quality business coming in, you can't offset any churn or disruption in the back end and the retention funnel. All right. Of course, time to value is critical. Tracking time to value, tracking success rates of your onboarding, and really looking at the health of your onboarding program. How much effort is it? And I always like to also track time to profitability. So from your cost of acquisition and time to value for your customer, but you also got to know time to profitability for your business health. And then, of course, the last one is looking at engagement with your customers, some type of feedback from your customer, and then, of course, your retention win rates. Are you winning are you winning the renewal, right? Because most times you want to be 1 to 2 years in, consistently winning your customers' loyalty and trust to drive more business, but you also want to make sure that they're getting what they need, and the team is as well. All right, so we've defined a couple of metrics for each of the moments. You should try to keep it to 8. You're looking at it weekly. So the practical step now is to build that chart. Now, I've had to do manual, because sometimes getting this information into a way the team can actually view what is going on, the whole team, the whole revenue journey team needs to be part of this. It isn't just 1 or 2 people in the acquisition team or your rev ops or CS ops. It's got to be something you're sharing and communicating weekly. So make sure you have a really clear plan on who owns it, who's communicating it. And again, it isn't pointing fingers. Everybody's on the team. All right, so we've got moments, we've got metrics. Now, the next video is going to be focused on feedback, okay? How to tie and bring this all together, because if you don't have the feedback to validate the success for the customer and your team, you can't make those changes. All right, see you in the next video.